Welcome to Lawn Rush. In this video, I want to talk about the Milwaukee string trimmer, the battery powered Milwaukee string trimmer. Can you use this trimmer for commercial use, or is it too weak? Does it have the power? Can it make it? And it's pretty interesting because I would love for this trimmer to work for commercial use, but the reality is, as of right now, for trimming grass, it is just not adequate. So the issues that you have with this trimmer for commercial use is the fact that it does not have enough power, quite frankly. It doesn't have enough power. It's perfect for a homeowner, but for everyday yard after yard, it doesn't have enough power that you could actually get the speed that you want to get out of the machine. So while it does do a good enough job for a homeowner or for maybe 1 yard, when you're mowing for profit, you need power in order to put out an edge real fast, in order to trim real fast. This really wants you to slow down a bit to get a good job, to do a good job. Another issue is the head. The head that you get on this, if you look at where the line comes out, there's about 2 inches of a gap between the trimmer line where it comes out there. There's about 2 inches of a gap. So when you trim with this trimmer, with this head, it really it acts like an anti-scalping type of head, but it really does limit you to amount of fine control that you have. So trying to switch out the head, this whole machine is really specific to the head. If you try to change to a head like this one, this is a big speed feed. I believe the company's called Stein. It makes this big speed feed. This battery powered trimmer cannot hold that speed feed head because it will throw everything off balance. It's too much weight, and you could feel the vibration on the motor, and it really does take its toll on the motor. It just doesn't feel like it's going to hold up, and the vibration is just annoying. It really wants this head. It really wants the thin trimmer line on it. Anything that puts more load on the engine, it doesn't like. Right now we're using 0.95 echo line on this trimmer, and it works, but it really wants to have the thin Milwaukee line that comes with it. It doesn't want heavy line on it. So, if I put the thinner line on it, you're not gonna. From my experience, I'm not gonna be able to be doing all my edging and everything and trimming with the same thing. I mean, if I just did the trimming with the lightest line, the cutting swath is not that wide. It's just got a couple things. Now another issue, obviously, is battery life. So for my usage, the way I like to use a trimmer, I'm edging and trimming. I can only do like 1 or 2 yards with a 12 amp hour battery because I am edging and trimming. Now if I dial back and just do trimming, I can get a little further, but I'm just going through batteries just way too fast. With 2 12 amp hour batteries, you're talking $250 a pop, and you're talking like you need $1,000 worth of batteries just to make it. So then you got to think, you got this big heavy 12 amp hour battery hanging on this thing, and if you put it on one of these racks and it's bouncing down the road, that battery was never intended to bounce up and down, and last thing you will want is one of those batteries to pop off because it's hanging off on the rack. Also, another issue is rain. They straight up tell you, do not let this thing get rained on. And when an open trailer, that's just bound to happen. You could be out trimming the yard and it starts raining and you got to shut down and stop your equipment. So that's something that would need to be addressed, is the rain issue. It could be done. It could be made to be rainproof. I think if this machine actually reached the power of a professional gas trimmer, it would be so heavy that it wouldn't be viable. But it is at the point of a residential trimmer. It is at that point. Now, that being said, you can get away with some commercial bush trimming with this thing, with this attachment, It has the long extensions, which are very useful. You can do some commercial with the little chainsaw that comes on this. You can do some of that. You can put an extension pole. You can stack extension poles together, and you can reach some really high spots and do some nice bush trimming with this. And that point of it, that part of it's really nice because you don't have the fumes up against you. The bush trimmers are decent enough. They're not Red Max level, but they're decent enough. They're probably close to like what you get from steel, probably a little bit lower quality cut than steel, but somewhat close just because it's a double-sided sharpened blade. But it does bush trim good. It is okay for a backup trimmer that you only have to use like if you had this on your truck and you weren't trimming with it professionally, but you had to trim something, like if you were on a landscaping crew or construction type crew or whatever, and there might be some brush or something to cut, this would be a decent enough attachment for that. If you're a homeowner and you're in the Milwaukee tool line and you want some big batteries, you want to get into a package just to get a big battery. This comes with a 9 amp hour battery. You could probably get a 12 amp hour battery nowadays, but when I ordered it, it was a 9 amp hour. It's probably a good fit for a homeowner. You can get through your lawn, even if you have a big lawn. You can get through, pretty big lawn, pretty good. You're taking your time a lot more. If you're a homeowner, you're not flying through it like a professional. So, this thing, if you're trimming, and it's not gonna trim quickly. Thick grass, it's just not gonna happen. It's gonna bog down. Now, my favorite commercial trimmers right now is gonna have to be Red Max. What I've been finding lately running these is that the Red Max trimmer is handling this big trimmer head a lot better than the steel. And I'm running a FS94R steel, and everybody's kind of gravitating toward the Red Max now. Even though this has been my baby, everybody's still gravitating toward the Red Max. And I just put one in for service, and I'm telling you, I put 2 in for service. I'm telling you, we have beat the crap out of our Red Max trimmers, and they just keep going, and they keep going, and they keep going. So I'm gonna keep going with the Red Max. I just run them. I don't take the spark arresters out, and they seem to run better with the spark arresters in. They handle the bigger heads. This is a BCZ 230 TS. This is their lightweight commercial trimmer. It's full commercial, but it's a lightweight version of their commercial trimmer, and I like the power. It gives you a bigger cutting swath than the steel does. It gives you a thinner guard than the steel, and it gives you it handles this big head. It's almost like there's more anti-vibration in this machine than there is in the steel machine. I'm finding like from time to time there's a weird vibration with that bigger head, and I know it is the bigger head, but there's less of that with the Red Max. So I'm kind of interested in getting a bigger Red Max trimmer. Maybe not the biggest. One thing I don't like is this power button on the big ones. I don't know if the trimmers are this way, but I went and got the biggest edger, and the power button does not return back to its stock position. And I don't know if they could switch the handles or something for me, if this could be taken off, but that's a money cost. That costs money, because the guy's trying to figure out what is going on with the trimmer, and it's because it's off and he's trying to start it. So I'm not huge. I don't know why they do that. That is not cool. Just this one here returns back. So I might be looking into switching these out, but we'll see about that. But anyway, that's it for the video. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next one.